the hour, presented by Indeed.com. I'm Allison Keyes in Washington. There's frantic digging going through destroyed homes in Morocco as rescuers search for survivors from that nation's worst earthquake in decades. In some places, people used their hands before heavy equipment arrived. More than 1,000 people are dead. CBS's Ramy Inocencio. Here Friday night in Marrakesh from the strongest quake to hit Morocco in a century. People, dazed, fled into the streets. Buildings crumbled, showering them and cars with rubble. More aftershocks rippled across the region. Our house rocked, said this man. Everyone was scared. I heard people screaming. People can't go back in their houses because they're still afraid. At the G20 summit, the African Union has been added as a member. The host, India, has gotten the group to sign off on a joint statement after softening language on the invasion of Ukraine. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby says there are
countries throughout Africa, Latin America, and elsewhere that have absolutely felt the impact of Putin's war. Food insecurity, energy insecurity, rising prices and inflation. Now, there are other factors that have contributed to that, but there's absolutely no question that the war in Ukraine is a factor, and that's one of the reasons why the president wants to focus so much of his energy today on economic cooperation.
President Biden was asked if the absence of China's president made a difference at the summit, as he has been trying to diminish that nation's influence, but Mr. Biden says it's going well without him. That grand jury that indicted former President Trump and 18 others for trying to overturn the 2020 election recommended criminal charges against 40 more people, including Senator Lindsey Graham. CBS's Christina Buffini with more.
I didn't expect anybody else on that list would be indicted.
Emory law professor Morgan Cloud suggests some of the individuals who were not charged could be cooperating.
You get the sense that some of them may be witnesses that are going to appear at trial.
Now, just because these other individuals haven't been charged doesn't mean they couldn't potentially be in the future if these cooperation deals fall through or even in another jurisdiction.
Hurricane Lee has weakened but can still cause some damage, says Lisa Bucci at the National Hurricane Center, even if it does not make landfall.
Lee is a Category 3 hurricane with wind speeds near 115 miles per hour.
Hundreds of officers are continuing their search for that escaped murderer in Pennsylvania, and they are reporting 2 new sightings of Danilo Cavalcante near the Botanical Gardens. They're warning people to be careful. He was sentenced to life in prison for fatally stabbing his ex-girlfriend. This is CBS News. You need to hire fast and hire right?
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 67 degrees.